Hello guys, welcome to Global Happenings. Today we have a trending news here for you. And the headline of the news reads, Jonathan Edis reveals the dark side of Sanusi, the dethroned Emir of Kano. But before we go on with details of the news and for the analysis, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also on the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish videos on YouTube. All right, let's look at the news in detail. The former spokesperson to former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, Reno Omokri, has for the past few days embarked on a self-imposed journey to reveal facts about the recently dethroned Emir of Kano, Emir Sanusi. Recall that the said Emir of Kano State, Sanusi Lamido, was dethroned on Monday, the 9th of March 2020, after a protracted war between himself and Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, the sitting governor of Kano State, for disobeying the law governing the state. He was not only dethroned but banished from the state for a period of 10 years. However, in less than 48 hours after his demotion, he was surprisingly given two appointments by the governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasser El-Rufai. This striking turn around in the chain of events, as well as the emir popularity for speaking against injustice, not only got Nigerians sympathizing with him, but also got him trending on Twitter. Disagreeing with the accolades being bestowed on Emir, Reno Omokri has taken to his verified Twitter handle to say this thing. What I'm going to read now is what Reno Omokri actually said about Emir Sanusi. And I just want us to listen as I read through. Now, the first post on the Twitter handle, his Twitter handle, verified Twitter handle, is Sanusi would be remembered as a progressive who wanted Almajiri poverty solved by spending 5 billion to renovate his palace. Good riddance. He said it's one Yinka Odumakin that said it. And then he said the best verdict on that manipulative liar called Sanusi Lamido Sanusi is so far. That's what Omokri said. He went further to say the irony of Sanusi Lamido's saga is that he was enthroned as Emir of Kano for telling lies against former president at GEJ Jonathan, and dethroned as Emir of Kano for telling the truth to General at Buhari. It just shows how we have moved from democracy to autocracy. And then further he said, Sanusi talked passionately about educating Almajiris and Talakawas, yet while he was Emir, he built not even a single school for them. This is even as he spent billions of naira renovating his palace, monies that could have built 500 schools for Talakawas he loved so much. And in another tweet he said, as Emir, Sanusi spent billions renovating his palace and 37 million naira on phone calls in 3 years. He furnished his palace with 152.6 million, bought vehicles of almost 200 million naira, all at taxpayers' expense. How much did he spend on Almajiri he loves so much? Then another one here, he now said again, Google the term Taquiya. Sanusi is a definition of Taquiya, and I will prove it. He knows what Southerners want to hear, so he says it. As Emir, how can schools did he build or build for Almajiri? They are GE Jonathan. He lied against building 165 such schools. What did he do? He went further to say, our CBN governor Sanusi donated public fund and gave contracts to people like at El-Rufai. It is in the FRAC audit. Compare Sanusi's financial act to the alleged financial recklessness of bank CEO he sacked, which is worse, judge Sanusi by his own standards. And another tweet here says, first, Sanusi said $49.8 billion was missing under a GE Jonathan. Then he reduced it to $20 million, then $12 million, then $10.8 billion. General at M. Buhari has been in power for 5 years. There is no record of $10.8 billion missing. Sanusi is reaping what he sowed. And the last tweet here, he said, as CBN governor, Sanusi sacked bank MDs for financial recklessness, yet as Emir, he spent billions, including 37 million on phone calls in 3 years, 152 million on furniture, and almost $1 billion on palace renovation. If this was a bank CEO, what would Sanusi do? All right, wow, that is really, really escalating. And that is really, really unveiling if there are truths to what he said. And I want someone here say, one or two persons have responded. So on this one say, Emir is therefore an hypocrite and a very corruptible Nigerian according to this Omokri revelation. This one says, is the most corrupt Emir in the history of Kano Emirate. But after all this, God doesn't sleep, karma at work. And some persons also believe that this is common everywhere. The overdraft will increase in amount so that nobody will call it embezzlement. It's common in government agencies. Another one says, Omokri na bad belly person. All right, let's look at this because it's really astonishing. Sometimes empathy, not empathy, being emotional, that's the right word, being emotional over issues in life may kind of hide the truth, may not really open you up to the real truth. Emotion is one thing that must be put under check so that you can be greatly helped, in all aspects of life. As much as you can put your emotion under check, you realize that you can function better. You can see things with your clear eyes. But whenever emotion is rolled out, even when the thing is wrong, but just because you're emotionally attached to the person or you're just this kind of sympathetic person, your eyes will be blurred. You won't be reasoning beyond that level of emotion which you attach to that issue. And I think that's what Nigerians must learn to accept and believe. Now, by the revelation of Reno Omokri, who was working with Goodluck Jonathan, he has unveiled a lot of things about this person. First of all, this for me, it's alleged because it has not been authenticated by any person. He has not been authenticated by the EFCCs and the likes. But I think the expenditure here may likely be true. Spending 37 million naira for just phone calls. Ross, who you call? You call angels. And he couldn't even build small house for the Almajiris. Though I can still remember there was a video that was trending on the social media, and it was particularly about a woman who came out and was crying seriously, uncontrollably. She refused to be stopped, And the reason for her crying was the fact that the dethroned Emir of Kano was father. According to her, she said that he was like a father to the fatherless and also mother to the motherless. He was a husband to the husbandless. It doesn't any English like that. All right, but the truth is, he was, according to her, she said he was a husband to the widows, and mentioned how he had been taking care of them, that most people do not know that he's this very good guy who's been taking care of them. But as much as you're taking care of them, just like Omokri, I'm trying to be overly objective now, just like what Omokri has said, 37 million in just phone call, no matter what, you could have, put things aright first. If you are really overly interested, you could deprive yourself, 1 or 2 days of calls and use that money to, not even to build, help renovate the Almajiri schools around you and ensure that people go to school. Now, they were no precision in respect to the cost of renovation of the palace. As much as that is very good, because why I seem not to talk so much about the renovation of the Emir's palace, the fact that he's not going to hijack it away. He just brought it to the standard so that any other Emir that is coming on board will see it and will love it and may not spend so much in that respect again. So I may talk less about that. But this issue of phone call, spending 37 million in just 3 years, bros, who you they call now? Who you they call? How can you spend such an amount of money in just doing a trivial thing like that? And then 152 million on furnitures. Abba, it's too high now. Now, this is where we would have, where we have to sit back and pause. How prudent is this man? Because if such monies were within his coffers, he would have used it to do things for even the state government. At least let it be like an individual social responsibility. You just provide school, that's build schools for them, do one or two things, at least that will show that you have more interest on this. Don't forget that the government cannot do everything. And that's why whenever companies come from abroad or come from anywhere to site their industry in a particular state, there's what they call corporate social responsibility. That is one of the things that individuals have been running away from. If you are really worried that you've got a lot of money, why do you have to wait? Why can't you help out the people? Why can't you help the people that are around you? I see some very rich guys that it's a problem in our society. You see some very rich guys complaining of how bad the road is, and guess what? They've got some good millions in their own account. Why can't you just remove the money and fix the road so that at least people will know that when you were having, this is what you did, this is what you did. Government may not be able to look because they have pressing issue. Insecurity has been one of the issues that have taken over the lives of people. Some life of some governors, they spend more time to concentrate on insecurity and other issues that is pressing on them. So I think what Omokri is saying is really true. There may be some undertone to this which we are yet to unveil, because it's really amazing that he spends so much amount of money, which means the man is just a critic who will just criticize but cannot really help out when situation shows up demanding his help. Taking care of the Algeria would have been one of the things that he would have taken up as one of his duty, and that he would have done it very well without having to bring in Nigeria, having to bring in the government of Ganduje. So just looking at that revelation, what do you have to say?